Belcher from WHOA, Working Class and Houseless Organizing Alliance. WHOA has been coming to these chambers for 5 years now because people in this city have two important and related needs. We need a radical change in how the housing crisis is addressed, and a police department we need that is held accountable for things like the Marcus Smith homicide. You knew I was going to talk about that, right? It is a real problem that your idea of accountability means that cops can choke a man to death on camera, right, and nothing gets done. But if you are living on the street and you have no home and you fall asleep in a doorway, or if you leave your stuff in the park because you got no place to put it, then we get accountability right away. The hammer comes down and we get a bunch of new ordinances passed. There's one form of accountability we've seen. You decided to let a bunch of white cops hogtie and torture black people, a lot of black women, without punishment. But if you get excited or frustrated in here, like my friend Luis, and you swat this microphone, the punishment's swift. You're banned from the people's chambers, and a couple of cops will put on their guns and come to your house, as it turns out. It is kind of hard to believe you actually sent the police to two different WHOA people's houses over that ejection, that there is a whole entire civil service that delivers messages. It's called the post office, and you could have used that. But you sent armed police with your message. You don't believe in accountability, you believe in intimidation. I'm curious. If I was to bring a bunch of people in here, right, and we start chanting and disrupting your sense of decorum, are you going to send a bunch of cops to every person's house in that case? Have you thought about that? Or is that just something for Luis and WHOA?
That's a serious question?
Yeah.
If it has to be legally served, it will be served by the police department.
Okay. Well, let's find out. Whose house is this? Whose house? Whose house?
I
can't hear you. Whose house?
All right.
Whose house?
Out.
Whose house? Whose house? Whose house?
Please be sure to get their names.